Hi everyone, my name is Fana Mellis and I am the Communications Chair for TPN Atlanta. When I think about what I'm most proud of our chapter for this year, I would have to say it's our resilience and our unity. This year has been unimaginable, living through genocide as students and young adults who are trying to make sense of what's happening, while we're also fighting for the livelihoods of our family and people. I feel that this year has shown that all the years of sowing seeds, thanks to our tireless founders, those years were worth it, and that they are yielding fruit in the form of strong rapport with our local Tegaru chapter, in the form of increased engagement with our youth, and just overall unity with one another. And we're definitely seeing benefits as a result of that. We're seeing more and more young people wanting to get involved with TPN in whatever way they can. And we're seeing stronger bonds being formed with other TPN chapters nationally, which is amazing. I also want to really hone in on our summer coding program. I think Atlanta has done an incredible job. And over the last few years, we've averaged between 30 and 40 middle school and high school students each year, and that is incredible. Atlanta is now a model for other communities who are trying to also form youth summer programs. We've also had about a 50-50 split between boys and girls in the coding programs, which is incredible considering that women are often underrepresented in STEM fields. And we've had approximately a 43% increase in youth participation, and we're hoping to see that continue to increase over this next year. There's so much more to share about TPN Atlanta and all of the amazing accomplishments that have occurred. But I just want to take time to give my thanks to all TPN leaders and community members who have given their time and efforts tirelessly over this last year to better our people, not only in Tigray, but here in the States, so that we can better serve our people in Tigray. Happy holidays.
I'm Becky Woldekidan, and I serve as the co-chair for the Dallas chapter of TPN, and I'm so excited to look back on our 2021 journey as a chapter. 2021 was our first year as a chapter, and I'm so proud of our board and our members for being able to mobilize remotely through a global pandemic and not only formally launch as a chapter, but be able to serve as an example for other forming chapters. I think that was a pretty full circle point to reach within less than a year. For us, this year has been about community, for building a community not only for our peers, as a network for professionals, but also finding ways to support and engage the youth and elders in our community. Bridging that generational gap has been a huge benefit for not only our chapter, but our community as a whole. Networking and mentorship has been a pillar that we have really poured our efforts into. We have amassed over 1,200 social media followers across platforms, and we have just over 60 Dallas-based chapter members. We've really worked to grow our network with other established organizations in the community, and our chapter has served as a moderator and a facilitator in creating a collaboration group between these established organizations in the community. We created a community calendar that can be used not only by our members, but by any local members of the community. We really found that it was a need for one centralized location to go to be able to see what programs are going on both a local and national level. And we find that that has really increased participation and just increased awareness on what types of programs these organizations, including TPN, is putting on. As far as networking on a professional level, we've really placed a focus on highlighting our chapter members in the professional field by allowing them to present as part of our guest speaker series in an effort to enrich our community with knowledge and open their eyes to different career paths and possibilities out there by highlighting varied fields such as aviation, mental health, finance, and more. And by showing them that there are other Tegaru in these fields in our own communities and being able to connect them so that they can go to them with any questions, with possible job opportunities, and things like that. So that's been very exciting and well received by our community. Overall, 2021 was a year of growth for our chapter, and I'm so excited to see what 2022 brings.
Hi everyone, my name is Luwam and I am the chair of the DMV chapter of TPN. This year was a really exciting year, kicking off the DMV chapter, and I'm really proud to be able to say we did it during what has been a very challenging but much needed time for our community. The trauma we're going through as a collective right now makes all the work that each of our chapters is doing all the more important. So I just want to also say that I'm really proud of all of us, both in the diaspora and of course back home. I would say one word that really captures this year for our chapter is building. We launched our chapter with a virtual bonding event in April and spent the year really building out our foundation. So we built partnerships with other organizations doing amazing work in our community, like Next Gen Tegaru DMV, who we collaborated with on a protest poster making event, and also Tigray Communities Forum, who we partnered with on a summer Tigrinya class. I think our most important accomplishment of the year was really building identity and knowledge through our personal and professional development pillar. Our virtual Tigrinya course reached over 160 elementary and middle school students, with over 50 of them being from the DMV. And the class wasn't only focused on learning the Tigrinya language, but also included weekly sessions on Tigray's culture and history so that our youth know who they are and can really stand tall in that. We also built financial knowledge for our adults through our cryptocurrency 101 session, and that received such a positive response that we're planning on continuing the series through 2022. So overall, we had a really fruitful year and are planning on continuing to grow through 2022 with more networking events for some of our young adults and combining that with social action work so we can continue to build both here in the DMV and for our families back home.
Hi everyone, it's Selam. I am from the Chicago chapter and I'm currently serving as the vice chair. Reflecting on the year of 2021, I think some things that we were extremely proud of as a chapter was just how quickly we were able to get the ball rolling. It was our first year as an established group, and we quickly filled the board positions and set out a number of goals we had for the upcoming year. We wanted to really focus on the social action and civic engagement pillar. We wanted to hold events that would reconnect the youth of Chicago and find a mainstream line of communication between us and the youth and the parents as well. We used social media to connect with the youth and held events like the Ice Cream Social and the Ride for Tigray event, which was a bike riding event where we had the youth wear their best Tigray gear and we rode our bikes around Chicago. And because of these events, we were able to see that a lot of people wanted to be more involved in TPN and in planning our Wa'ala event, which is in Chicago, so I better see y'all in Chicago next year. But we saw a number of youth want to get involved in the planning of that and just different leadership positions for the TPN Chicago board. So yeah, we're excited to see what the upcoming year has in store for us as a chapter, and yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Asmerom and I'm the Communications Secretary of TPN Tri-State. 2021 was a pivotal year for us because it was the year that our chapter was founded. A group of like-minded, dedicated, and passionate folks came together with the goal of creating spaces for our own community. We engaged our community to solicit their needs and were able to start bringing together Tegaru in the city and neighboring states that otherwise may not have never met. For example, one of our chapter leaders found out that her cousin from Boston had moved to Brooklyn through a game of Tigray bingo at one of our very first networking mixers. I think one of our most impactful events, though, was the Mental Health Monday we hosted alongside HPN in anticipation for the 1-year anniversary mark of the war on Tigray. In line with the aims of our personal and professional development pillars, we discussed ways to deal with trauma and all the invisible effects the war was having on our people. Our goal was to create an event that not only educated our audience on signs of mental fatigue, but also to give everyone ways to cope and deal with the situation at hand. For me, however, TPN is simply a tool. It is a tool that allows us to empower ourselves in our cities, our states, this country, and Adi and beyond. And I'm looking very forward to the following year on how we can make this tool work even better for all of us. Thank you.
Hello everybody, it's me, Sannai. I am the TPN Communication Strategist Chair on the national level, and I'm here to give you a message of 2021. 2021 has been a year of growth and transformation for TPN by far. We want to close the year by highlighting the incredible progress and accomplishments we have achieved. Although it has been a year filled with mental and spiritual challenges due to the atrocities against our people, we still managed to shed some positive light along the way. Special thank you to the outgoing national leadership team for the 5 years of service and the outgoing Atlanta chapter board. We are so grateful to have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and welcome the incoming teams. It is exciting to see new leaders join the march and those that are staying to continue this much-needed work. Here are some of the top accomplishments to highlight. Our member growth has gotten to 680 individuals. We had 80 programs the past year. Chapter expansion growing. 29,000 social media followers. We have raised $50,000 for Tigray and $14,000 for programs. That is tremendous. Some other notable programs. This year, we just had our annual leadership training hosted by Atlanta Tigray community. It was amazing. We also hosted the virtual Wa'ala Tigray Forum. We did the Mental Health Mondays program. We had the Technology Summer program and Community Needs Assessment in Tri-State and College Readiness programs. TPN and Tigray's future is bright because we have strong, thoughtful, and passionate leaders who have stepped up and will take it to new heights. Goodbye 2021, hello 2022. Cheers. Wishing you all the best.